Hey, ladies, come on in. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys? Come on in. Come on in, you guys. In the know with glow. Thank you, babe, for coming back, you guys. Wildflowers, yes, we back. I was in grandma mode earlier. Y'all know I'm all about family. As I say stated before, y'all know I got many roles and I carry all those titles with pride. Hey, Miss Patricia, good evening. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Thank you for the roses. Thank you, Wildflowers, for the hearts. Hey, Miss Helen Fisher, how are you? Y'all come on in. I'm not going to be with you long tonight either. Instead of me going through the conversation, I'm just going to, just kind of come in. We're going to shout out to each other. We're going to just show each other some love. Um, um, with tonight, like I was saying, I try to always show support to the other people out here that I support. Um, Even with Mr. Shannon Sharp, I support his page. Um, Shannon Sharp has did a lot for some of my family members that are in the athletic community. Um, I go to church for a couple of people that have got sponsors from him, so I do a lot of support with him. So I make sure that I tune in to when he does go live, you guys. Like I had stated before, I do a lot of. I try to make sure I support people. Any way that I can. So I make sure I tune in. He did his premiere tonight with Cam Newton. Cam Newton has a football um, organization called C1N. He's from out of Atlanta, Georgia. If people don't know, but he also paid for the Carolina Panthers. He has like a football program that he also does help children. I think it's from like 11 to 18-year olds that are getting young men ready to go into the NFL. So I always try to support these gentlemen because I have a lot of cousins and a lot of like church members and a lot of people that are going to these organizations. So we try to make sure we out here supporting one another. So I am definitely always in the position to always support somehow. Even though I'm not there physically, I try to network and always make sure that I am tuning in and giving back the way that I can. Everything counts, you guys. So I do my part. Um, I just want to always make sure that I am accountable. And it matters. When people think they know, they don't always know. And people think they can always validate you. Sometimes everybody that talk loud, people think when you talk loud, they being heard. I hate a loud talking person because they think that means you always got to be heard. A big mouth person think that means you're being heard, and that doesn't means you're validated. Um, I hate a person that always think they gotta dig and dag to make sure they're being seen and heard. And that's what I was trying to tell like some of my supporters. I've been in this game. Ain't and I really truly mean this. Um, Not to boast or brag by any means, because y'all know that's not my character. When you used to it, you ain't gotta act like that. And when you used to having that, you ain't gotta act like that. So when people poke and prong, you know what I'm saying? When you doing, that's when you know you doing something. Haters gonna hate. And when lepers of their spots, they gonna fish. I'm telling you, swim in schools. They need each other. That's what they do. So you let them do what they do. I have seen this before, y'all. We're gonna be having a live another time, and y'all gonna be on live another day, and y'all gonna have conversations another day, and it's gonna be a live talking about how the very people that have caused so much drama, the very people that have stirred so much mess, are gonna be the very ones in these hot seats. You do not have to do anything back. I'm telling you now. It ain't necessary. You don't have to do anything back. Hey, Auntie, how you doing? Hey, Wildflowers, I'm trying to speak to everybody. Hey, Prince, thank you for showing up. Y'all, Prince is my mod. I appreciate her so much. Um, Miss Patricia, I think I spoke to you in the Noble Glow. Wildflowers. Shout out to everybody that's here with me tonight. Beans mom, that's my girl. Hey, honey, honey, honey. Hey, boo, boo, boo. God, y'all know I ain't got the right ones. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Shanae. Oh my God. Help me, Lord. I hope I ain't mess up your name. Maria Robinson. Official. Neil. Ava. I hope I ain't mess up, and y'all know. Y'all know I am sincere with everything that I do. And y'all know I want to make sure I shout out to everyone. If I have overlooked you, please charge it to the head and not to my heart. Y'all know I try to make sure that I get each and every one their shout out. I try to make sure that I recognize each and every one because all of you are valuable. All of us are valuable. As I stated before, got off work, came home. Um, my daughter being, having her own business. It's that time of the year, doing hair. I'm here. When it comes to my babies, I'm gonna be with my babies, and I'm gonna make sure I fall into play with them. Um, Summertime coming in, and my brother coming home, and we doing stuff outside, and just getting things done, and just making sure going to meetings, and making sure everybody into play, and doing things, and being proactive. And it is what it is. Y'all know I've tried to make sure everything, and then I try to make sure I was on for Bible study and make sure I'm doing everything, but just I wanted to make sure I was committed to you guys as well, because I know that I said I'm gonna start going back live, because everybody doesn't have family, everybody doesn't have friends. Some people rely on YouTube to have that touch. Some people rely on YouTube to have that connection. And I said that I was, and that's what I'm gonna do, and it is what I'm gonna do. I said I'm gonna start back coming on. I did want to talk about, I was listening to like my conversations. I listened to like other people out here. It's called Tonight's Conversations, and they talk about these adult men and women, and they talk about how men talk about how when they're in relationships, they want to be able to be sensitive with their female companions. And a lot of times men are downplayed when they come home and they have a sensitive moment. The women act like it's they're like a bitch for doing it. If I can say that. I know YouTube may bleep me for that, but it's a sensitive fact for having that sensitive moment. When the man can confide into his woman for whatever reason. And I shared it last night when that man made the comment, because I think it's something we should reiterate when it comes to the black man. Um, the black man have been put on the back burn, has got a lot of criticism here lately, for whatever reason. And I think we need to get back to that. I know roles have went out. I grew up in a two-parent home, and I grew up where my father was the head per se, and I grew up seeing him being my first hero. I grew up with him being my me seeing how a man should treat a woman, see him being the one to be the forefront. And I knew what it was like, but it's not always the case when we are in a position where women are in a place where we have to always be the go-getter. We have to always go out here and work 2 and 3 jobs to make sure that we have that life. Or we got to go out here and make sure that we are secure. So sometimes it's hard for us to put our feelings on hold, or it's hard for us to confide into a man because we have been hurt or our trust has been taken away. So, and I get that. And that's what I was saying. Sometimes when you have been hurt over and over again, it's hard for you to put your confide and trust into other people. So that was some of the things that I did want to reiterate on more and more. So I know it's being late. I didn't want to just start that on tonight. So hopefully tomorrow we can go more into that conversation in depth. Hey, God, I don't want to mess this up. And I think I'm saying it. Reba Somerville. Hey, how are you? RHEBA. I hope I'm saying it right. Hey, Miss Lisa. Hey, Miss Mary. Stay in my lane. Y'all, for some reason, I don't know why it is doing this. Let me get to the light. Yeah, Reba. REHBA. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. How are you doing? And that may be why too. I probably need to get more light in here. But that was just some of the things. Sorry, y'all. I got on my house coat. Want to reiterate more onto that too tonight. But some of the things to get back to the roots of what I came out here to do. Talk about getting in the groove of our relationship. Starting to restore and get to the things that we like to talk about, and to the nitty gritty of restoring love, not only with men, within our significant others, whether it's domestic partners or husband and wives, but also within our friendships, everyday life, co-workers, things like that. Just being, just encouraging along the way, because some people, life can be life. We all know how that can be, where you can just be having a bad day, and we all go through trials and tribulations. As I stated before, life can be life, and you can just be wanting to have that place. Some people don't have family available right away. Some people want to just be able to have a place where they can just listen and vent to someone that they can trust, someone that they feel like they can relate to. And that's just kind of where we wanted to go into, you guys. But I know it is 10 after 9, and I don't want to hold anybody. But I want to say this. Don't be so caught up on what other people think of you. You think the best of you. Don't be so caught up of what people may say. You think the best of you. You can't do anything about yesterday. You can do something about today to make sure that tomorrow you're a better you. Make sure that when making better decisions, that you have the better outcome. Make sure that you love yourself first. Make sure that when making those decisions, that in the outcome that you are coming out on your table that God prepared for you, that table that He's prepared, that you are looking out for your well-being. Because when we having that conversations, God hold us accountable. And when we have those conversations with God, you got to say, Lord, what is it with me? We can't always worry about the next. Lord, touch my heart, touch my mind. Hey, how are you? Thank you, Prince. Hit the like button, you guys. And that's kind of what it is. It's easy to talk about the person across the table, but people don't never want to talk about themselves. It's easy for me to say about what John, Dick, Harry, Sarah, Sue, and Billy do, but it's hard for me to talk about myself. See, it's hard to talk about the person in the mirror. Have you ever seen what the person in the mirror look like? But it's easy to look across the street and see what that house looked like. Have you ever looked at the house that you lived in? That's why when people say, never throw stones when you live in a glass house. Because it's always easy. It's easy. Because that means, in all actuality, no one couldn't be talking about no one. And that's just what it is. Not one person that we know of, not one person on this earth has the ability to say they have that they're so perfect that they can speak of another one. The only thing is, you just have the power over you. Don't ever give no one your power. What makes you more confident is, and people gonna laugh at this. My grandma always said a fool can't argue by themselves. A fool can't argue by themselves. That's why they gotta schools running fish. They gotta do it with each other. That's why on a daily basis they gotta group together. Cause ain't nobody else there. Ain't nothing else there. Ain't nothing else there. Ain't nothing else to go on. So you gotta find something else. Ain't nothing else there. You know? And that's when I say when you used to it, it don't bother you. It never bothers you. And that song, Pretty Girls Walk Like This. It is what it is. You raise eyebrows. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And it's null and void at that point. It's like writing bad checks. Bounce. Ain't no good. Ain't no good. It ain't no good. It has no value. It has no value, you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I thank you. Good night. You're a boss. You're a boss. You feel me? You're a boss. You're a boss. Act like it. Walk like it. I talk like I walk. You feel me? Mean what you say and say what you mean. Held head high. Mean it. Period. Love you guys. Peace, love, prosperity. Tomorrow, meet me back here. I'm going to try not to go live when Miss CC, Chrissy, Rita, or any Prince or anybody else, because I know we share the same mod. So I try to be respectful, you guys. I get home, I try to make sure that I'm live at the same time. Me being, the newest to the group. And I just always try to respect, because I know we all share the same subscribers. So I always try to be good. Good night in the Nova Glow. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Sincerely, I thank you so much. Thank y'all for all your sincere thoughts, all your sincere prayers, all your sincere concerns. Thank you so much. When I tell you God is in charge, He knew before we knew. He way ahead of us. He already down the road, y'all. God already down there. He knew this was coming before we knew we was coming to it. You feel me? Be ye ready. We got this. You see me? Peace.